How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have Imperial going up against Blue Hybrid. I figured this is a good match to showcase because, you know, Imperial is still like the top deck of the meta, while Blue Hybrid is gaining popularity. It's been doing pretty good. You know, it recently won the regional. Shout outs to Jackson for being an amazing player, and I think a lot of people want to play Blue Hybrid, pick it up again, so we can see how it performs against the Imperial. We see a Tommy opener, no rookie for Blue Hybrid, definitely a bit of a slow start. On the other hand, we have the Mimi, which is interesting. I think Mimi as a one-off can definitely put in a lot of work for the Imperial, so I do like it. I feel like we don't often see the jamming Beamon anymore. Also, shout out to this guy for the amazing Terramon mat, I absolutely love it. Gonna be swinging into a Little Mad, and then Digivolving into a Luisthepanda, and set up a Dual Tamer. Pretty solid because, you know, the Luisthepanda is going to essentially guarantee 2 memory next turn. Although it could be answered, nothing that a Beowulf can't bounce. We see Kuma come out, no rookie still. There's the Beowulf though. Finally picks up the Stravimon. It's definitely late, but he'll take it. Gets to swing at security, bounce, do standard Blue Hybrid stuff. Gonna use the Hammer Spark there to just set it on 3. I always say this, I don't love these uses of Hammer Spark. I feel like they're so much better if you hold them to extend your plays and guarantee something crazy. Like setting him to 3 instead of 4, does that really make that much of a difference? Well, like being able to Hammer Spark for a game later, you know, changes everything. But that's just the way I look at the game. You know, everyone is definitely free to play the game the way they want. Gonna be setting up again, Beamon in the back, Beamon in the front. At this point, the like hard playing stuff against Blue Hybrid, less than ideal, right? Definitely gonna get stunned and frozen. Yeah, so this Luisthepanda is not gonna do too much. However, a frozen Luisthepanda can still be used as a Jogger's tool, right? So it's not the worst. Hits into a Hammer Spark, and yeah, now we could just go into either EXB or Stingmon and then use the Luisthepanda to Joggers. So you could see why the Joggers mechanic just naturally helps against what Blue Hybrid is doing, and why the stun is not as effective as it once was, right? Imperialdramon gets to bottom take the Kumamon. Use the Mimi to rehatch. Now you could swing at the Beowulf, restand, and then, you know, start swinging at security, getting a bunch of card draw in the process. And at this point, he doesn't have to set up in the front, right? He could just keep setting up in the back. Oh, he's got a hidden potential. Hidden potential is super broken in this deck, like actually disgusting. Let's bring out both the Digimons. He can tap the Dual Tamer to restand, essentially negating the entire cost of the hidden potential, making it a essentially 1 card gain 5 memory, which is just sick, actually insane. Dragon can swing, hit into a Howlin memory, but at this point, you know, I think the game's over, right? It's just too little, too late for the side of Blue. Gonna play the Beamon, picks up the XP, that way you can Digivolve over the Beamon and not pass over a lot of memory because of the Little Mad and Soren Joe. So what went right for Imperial this game, right? The Luisthepanda got stunned, but he immediately got value out of it anyway. That Hammer Spark and security definitely went a long way as well. He also had the Imperialdramon he needed, and the hidden potential let him turn that turn from like, oh, I'm like clearing your board and pressuring a little bit, to like, I win the game on that turn, right? Definitely makes a big difference. Blue Hybrid did not have a rookie. He had a bit of a slow start. And like now he can try and answer the board as best as he can, but it's kind of awkward. Doesn't have a Tommy on board, and it's actually gonna just scoop it up. That's gonna be game 1 going to Imperial. So Blue Hybrid, you know, still strong definitely, but you can see how Imperial could definitely take the W. Going into game 2 here, Imperial's gonna start us off with the Beamon, and then set up another Beamon in the front. Early on, I think it's definitely fine. You know, it's hard for this Beamon to get stunned or anything like that. It's not gonna pass over a bunch of memory. And as we saw, level 4 being stunned is actually not that bad. Once again, Blue Hybrid does not open up a rookie, so you definitely feel the pain for this player. I've been there before. You're playing in a tournament, you just don't open rookie both games. Actually super sad. Opponent does hit into a Hammer Spark, so I guess there's the payback, and because of the Davis, it actually passes over so much memory. It's one of those things where it feels so bad, where you spend the hammer, or you swing to a Hammer Spark, and like instead of costing you 2 memory, it basically costs you 4. Gonna be playing, I believe it's called Arctic Blizzard. It's gonna stun both the rookies. A pretty interesting tech. I guess, you know, Blue Hybrid can definitely have some new additions. Gonna set up a B1 in the back and a dual tamer. Stravy gonna swing at security to get that card draw. Stravy, big boy, 3000 DP, gonna survive against all these 2k Beemons. And there's the Boko coming out, picking up both a Tommy, probably, yeah, and a hybrid, which is really strong. Did he take the hybrid? I hope he did. Went by kind of quickly. Oh, he's not able to use the Boko right away. Bit unfortunate, right? Like, if he had a hybrid, he definitely could have gone into like a Beowulf and do some work there. Unable to, gonna take some more damage from the Beemon. Actually kind of sad. But at least the Boko is set up. There shouldn't be a Jogress just yet, right? Unless there's like multiple Hammer Sparks involved. Gonna go into Imperialdramon, tap in the Boko, can use the dual tamer to restand. Actually a pretty cool combo. I think denying the Boko is very relevant right now. Gonna take the Crash with the Beemon and then swing over the Stravy. This makes the most sense to me. I like this line of play, very well played from Imperial. Doing a good job of controlling the board. And having Luisthepanda with the dual tamer in the back, you know, it just feels really nice. And then gonna just set up his own Mimi, which we saw him use to great effect on the last game. So really strong plays, really strong opener. Wow, we just haven't seen too much from Blue Hybrid, you know, where are these Tommies at? We haven't seen much of the freeze. Stravy being hard played. Interesting, but at least he finds another Stravy, so I guess it works out. Doesn't really have a good way to deal with that Luisthepanda though. Gonna set up an Ice Wall to maybe buy himself some time, and then finally the Tommy comes out. Is it too little too late though? The Luisthepanda is not stunned. He does get extra memory from the dual tamers. So I think for Imperial, this could just be a turn of setup. I mean, he definitely could opt to go aggressive, but the Ice Wall was played, right? So you don't have to swing that many times. You could just take this turn to set up. Just set up as much as possible. You know, set up the dual tamers, set up like an EXB in the back, play your searches if you need. He's gonna go straight into the Imperialdramon though. Bottom decking the Stravy. Now, can opt to swing if he wants, but it is gonna cost the memory. Gonna use the Mimi as well to promote. And then yeah, gonna actually just spend the turn swinging. Rattlestar, gonna send the Imperial back to hand. I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, sure, those swings cost him a lot of memory, but because of the way the board state and the game state is, like, it definitely feels like it's worth it. It's the last security for Blue Hybrid. He's got a body on the board, so this body is likely going to get stunned and or bounce. But then it should be easy for Imperial to just get one more swing later on, and he still has a good amount of life to work with. Choose to stun instead of bouncing the Beemon, I guess. And swings it to a Imperialdramon, which definitely hurts. That Beowulf was not living. Gonna go to Tommy to pass turn, but at this point, that's just gonna be Lobo for game. Just like that, Imperial's gonna take it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching.